This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hello everyone. Very good morning to all. Sorry guys, yesterday I was unable to take the session due to cold and cough. Okay. Now let's continue. I will take tomorrow session without fail. Right? Tomorrow, from today and tomorrow, I will take this session continuously up to the next Saturday. Okay. Right. No problem. Now you can see the next concept is Ajax, guys. Here, once this Ajax is completed by today and tomorrow, in the next session I will start advanced JavaScript. This may be exactly for a week, exactly 1 week will be there. After immediately I will go for React JS. Once this advanced JS is completed, then we can go for React JS. From Monday I will start advanced JS. So after that, we will go for the React. I mean, in this advanced JS, what are all the things required for learning React JS, for learning Angular JS? Those we will discuss here in the advanced JavaScript. I think if you are missing this, I think React JS will be difficult, or Angular JS may be difficult. So see, your choice completely, but as part of our course, we will go with the React. Seriously, if you need Angular or if you need React, so actually we are concentrating on React because this is having very good demand in the market right now. So this is what our plan is actually, but Angular and any other actually up to here for everybody that is common. Once this JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and advanced JavaScript, Ajax, JSON all completed, then you guys can decide either React or Angular. But my point of view, right now in the market, React is playing vital role as well as the Angular also. I'm not saying Angular is not good such a manner. Angular is also very good. React is also very good. Seriously, guys, right? Okay, anyhow, let us continue with the Ajax. First of all, what is Ajax? What is the purpose of Ajax, right? So generally, what is Ajax in the sense people will go for abbreviation, but we don't want to go for abbreviation. So Ajax simply says, guys, here Ajax is a small concept in JavaScript actually, like document object. Document is one object, JSON is one object. In the same manner, Ajax is also one object. There is one predefined object is there to work with Ajax. So simply, I'm writing one point. By using Ajax, we can get the data from a server. Remember this word, without, without refreshing, refreshing or reloading a web page. Can you imagine? Generally, if you want to get data from any of the web page, first of all, if you want to get the updated data, generally what we will do, we will refresh the page to get the fresh data. Sometimes we will refresh. After that, we will see the updated information. Anytime, any data you want to get from database, first of all, you have to refresh the page or you have to reload the page. Then only we can get the updated data. But what I am saying, you without refreshing, I don't want to refresh the page. I don't want to reload the page, but I have to see the updated data on the screen, right? Not only this, so by using Ajax, we can do one more point here. We can get the data from server without refreshing, without reloading. We can post the data. Now you can see we can post the data to server, post the data to a server without refreshing, without reloading. Still the same, we can get the data as well as we can post the data to server also. For example, you have a contact form. In the contact form, you are entering some data. Generally, whenever you are submitting the contact form, the page will get refreshes. No, I don't want to refresh the page. I don't want to reload the page. But without refreshing, without reloading, I want to post the data to the server. I want to get data from database. This is the beauty of Ajax. See, I don't want to reload the whole page. We don't want to reload a whole page. In the whole web page, a particular portion only I want to update automatically. At particular portion of the web we can update automatically without refreshing, without reloading. Particular portion of the web also, remember carefully. Best example I want to tell you guys here. Generally, we are going to watch the matches, ESPN Cricket Info. I want to see the score. Okay, here there is one live match. I think let me open this live match. This is live is going to happen there. Let me click on it. So what is this? 16 overs, 27 runs. Let me click on this. What happened? Oh, it is not taking. So we don't want to refresh the page or we don't want to reload the page, guys. Here. Now let me close this window. Let me click on the score. Okay. Something I am getting. Yeah. This is live is running already. Or else you can see some match, women's match is also going there. See, this is the scorecard. Already match is running. Yeah. I'm not going to refresh. I'm not going to reload this guys here. But you can see, I think the score is not running right now, I believe. Sometimes this may be updated. Actually, not sometimes. It has to update it automatically without refreshing, without reloading. But anyhow, don't worry. This is not started, I believe, but they're saying this in the live. Okay, and I think we are not seeing this. But anyhow, we will just open the scorecard, and we don't want to refresh the page now, and we don't want to reload the page. This particular portion, whatever the portion you are able to see from here to here, this will get updated automatically without refreshing, without reloading. So now I don't want to touch this. I will come after some time. Now you can check this. The score may be updated after some time. We don't want refresh and we don't want reload. This is one of the best example. Without refreshing, without reloading, how these people are getting data from database by using Ajax. Ajax will play a vital role. Okay, you can leave this score example. The best example is Google search. All right, Google search. You know one thing, this Ajax is developed by Google. Google develops the Ajax, right? So earlier when we are creating an account in Gmail, earlier, not right now, I believe, earlier when we are entering our username for creating Gmail account, they will show you this username already taken, choose some other. This option is available earlier in Gmail account creation. I think, I don't know, I am not able to see this right now. I think I already logged in, I believe. So okay, let me sign out all accounts, add account. Let me check this. Here you can see create account option is there. I'm going to create account. Right. I think I am entering some valid. Already this is available. Okay. Let me go there. This is already available. Can you see that username is taken? Try another. Can you see guys here? And some suggestions also I am getting 56. This is available some suggestion. See, actually, this email is available in the Gmail database. Am I submitted the page? No, you did not submit the page. You didn't do anything. But I didn't submit the page. I didn't refresh the page. I didn't reload the page. Now you can see I'm taking 1, 2. Now you can see, okay, you can use letters and numbers and periods. And I am not getting this kind of error. Now you can see I'm removing this. Now when I'm coming out, the error is coming automatically by saying that the username is already taken, try another. But in this point of time, when I'm interacting with this input field, is form is refreshing? Not refreshing. Is it anywhere reloading your observe? No, it is not at all refreshing. It is not at all reloading, but we are able to see something called available. Exactly where this email is, it is in the database. See, when we are entering, it went to database and it is verified this email is already exists or not, and it is giving the message here. Behind the scenes, it is all happen. It's all happen behind the scenes. I think we can check in the network tab, guys. Here, let me press F12. By pressing F12, let me check. 1 minute. Let me zoom out this, the network tab. This is actually, let me move this to right side darker. Now, can we see in the network, do you have any calls happen here? There is no calls. Okay. So this is your network you are able to see. Now, let me move my network and I'm entering an email ID. Now you can see RAMBABBURI. Let me try this. Okay, I don't know, but the network calls I'm not able to see. Maybe these people may stop us, right? That is also possible. But you are getting the information, right? Whatever it may be. I think I can able to see the network call here. But a request went, can you see 500 ms, 1000 ms, 15,000 ms, something is there. Means that request went to server, but these people may hidden in this. Fetch all requests. Let me go for all the requests, not this request. Let me try this time. Now you can see a lot of requests are going. Let me clean the console. Let me enter that username. I just want to check this. Can you see, guys, some scripts are running behind the scenes. Now you can check this. I'm coming out. Oh, now you can see some requests are went to the server now. What type of request? They are XHR request, means that is the Ajax request. What this, can you see, this request is web user name availability service. Can you see the request is, they're sending that information like this, guys. Here, if we can copy this URL, let me see. The URL is also very nice and very clear. What Gmail is doing, this is the sign up, web user name availability. This is the service. It went to Gmail and it is verifying whether it is exists. They're sending the following response to us. This is the response we are getting from the Gmail. So can you see, this is the suggestion they provided. Rambaburi 9 is available and remaining are null and 60. Don't worry about it, whatever it may be. But you can see whether we are able to, on interacting the field behind the scenes, we are sending request to server without refreshing, without reloading, and we're getting the data, and the data is displaying here. Can you see the beauty? This is what exactly will done by the Ajax. This Ajax programming is developed and implemented by using Google only. Okay, anyhow, you can come down here. YouTube is the best example. While this video is playing, remember, you can play any of the video. While this video is playing, remember carefully. Now we have a lot of videos are there, right? Any of the video. Now you are able to see something on the screen. These are not videos actually. These are the thumbnails. So they are all the images. Now you can see this is an image and this is an image. Now you can see, if you can bring to desktop. Now I'm just bringing to desktop. This is an image file, guys. Can you see? I'm opening this image. This is an image, animated image. This is, it is playing from my desktop, right? Exactly. Can you see? When we are clicking this image, you will go to some other page. There we can see the video. There we can see the video, guys. Exactly. This is what the thing. And one more thing, when we are playing the video, this is the video is playing, right? Remember carefully, this YouTube video playing is completely depends upon Ajax, guys. I think you want to see, press F12. You can see lot of networks call will go for every thing. Can you see how many networks calls are going behind the scenes? Page is not refreshing, page is not reloading. Do you know one thing? How this YouTube is going to be work? You know, guys, here. Actually, for example, if the YouTube video, if you can check this, there is a 30 minutes duration. At least let us assume if it is a good quality, it is going to be 1 GB. 1 GB size, this is size of the file. Is it easy to load all this 1 GB data to the video player at a time? It is completely 100% difficult. Even if you can load, it will take a lot of time to play the video. What these people will do, you know, they won't load all the video. If it is the video total size is 1 GB, what they will do, you know, they will split the video. They will split that 1 GB video, one video, they will split the video into smaller chunks, SMALLAR, smaller chunks, something like this, of size maybe around 5112 kb. 1 MB of the size may be like this. 1 MB. If you can divide 1 MB, 1 GB means almost a lot of chunks will be there. They won't load all the videos at a time. They will load first 1 MB they are playing. While it is completing, they will load one more 1 MB behind the scenes, right? Without refreshing, without reloading, they will load one more MB. They will append to the player, append to the player, append to the player. Now that's a see what is going to be happen. You can see lot of video calls are happening behind the scenes. What these video call, these callbacks will do, they will load smaller part of video, and they will, can you see the size of it? 272 kb, and they're not loading all the huge amount of data at a time. 490 kb, 405 kb, and 508 kb. They're loading very smaller part, and they're appending to the video player. That's why these videos are playing very, very faster. This is the reason. That's why the YouTube is playing very, very faster without having any struggles, any strucking, any loading and all. If Ajax is not there, I think this YouTube, I think you cannot imagine. See, what YouTube is is about one, just one video. No, lakhs of videos are there in the YouTube. But everybody throughout the world who are all accessing the YouTube, I think without having any problems, I think they can play the videos. Even though you have poor network connection, we can play the videos. That's what the beauty of the thing. This is all done by using Ajax only. If Ajax is not there, I think YouTube will definitely failure. It's a failure product if Ajax is not there. Why? Because it will take a lot of time to load a video, right? So that's the reason they are not loading all the video, 1 GB video at a time to the player. They're loading first of all, they will split the video. When you are uploading the video into the YouTube, they will split the video into smaller parts. They will split the video. They have an inbuilt software. The software will split that video into smaller chunk 1, chunk 2, chunk 3, like this, into one folder. From that location, these people will load video one by one, one by one, one by one. This is the beauty they are doing there. That's why this is getting player fast. It's all about something called lazy loading. So you may heard about this. For example, I'm going to fb.com. Oh, I didn't log in. 1 minute, let me log into this. I want to, FB is completely, guys, will work with Ajax only. Complete functionality of Ajax is going to complete functionality of this Facebook is going to be Ajax only. I don't know, these people are asking me right now. Okay, but you can check one thing, what exactly Ajax will do. In Facebook, whatever the functionality you want to do, everything you will do without refreshing, without reloading. Completely, guys, here you can check this. Always the functionality which is going to be happening in the Facebook is without refreshing, without reloading only. You can click a like button, or you can click some other and some other, whatever you want to do. Every activity will be happen in the Facebook without refreshing, without reloading. Definitely, guys, this is what exactly the Facebook functionality will done for us. We don't want refresh, and we don't want reload. You can click a like button, you can add a comment. Why not? You can see friends in the chart list. When I'm logged in, I see just 10 friends in the chart window. But after 5 seconds, I'm not refreshing, I'm not reloading. After 5-10 seconds or 5-10 minutes, you can see 20-30 friends in online automatically. I'm not refreshing, I'm not reloading. How this is all happened? So there is a beauty of Ajax. Remember, in today's application development, I'm telling you guys one thing, 95% of the web is using Ajax. Will you believe this? I mean, this is the beauty of Ajax. I mean, every developer, whoever you are, you may be a backend developer, you may be front-end developer. I told you yesterday, right? You should know JSON and you should know Ajax. These two things you have to understand. You know, we are learning Ajax in JavaScript. We can learn Ajax in jQuery also. We have jQuery Ajax. The same Ajax you can learn in React.js Ajax. Concept is same. Wherever you go, the concept is same, but nothing difference in the same. Why we are using Ajax here in the JavaScript? For the same reason we are using Ajax in jQuery. But in the JavaScript, you will write 10-15 lines of code. But here in the Ajax jQuery, you will just write 5-6 lines of code. Here also, you will just write 5-6 lines of code. The only thing, minimalistic, I mean, minimal number of lines of code. Here you are writing 10 lines, just 5 lines, just maybe 4 lines. That's all. Concept is same. In Angular, we have Ajax. In Node, we have Ajax. In Vue.js, we have Ajax. Wherever you go, in every JavaScript framework, we have the concept called Ajax. And everybody should know about JSON as well. Without that, we cannot do anything, right? Finally, I think you got some clarity. What type of applications we can create by using Ajax without refreshing, without reloading? Simply say, some people will call this as a single page application. So what is the meaning of single page application? We don't have too much navigations, right? We just by clicking the button, we don't want refresh, we don't want reload. The things will be happens very clear. This is exactly the concept of single page application. This type of applications to create Ajax is the best suit, guys. Here, definitely right. Simple thing, one word, remember. Without refreshing, without reloading, how can we get data from database and how can we post data to database? I don't want to reload the whole page. I want to reload specific portion of the web only by using Ajax. This is the beauty of Ajax. Finally, to work with Ajax, what we need to do to work with Ajax? Remember carefully. Here, JavaScript is providing a predefined object. The object is going to be XML HTTP request. Can you see? This is an object, predefined object. This is XML capital, this object is case sensitive. XML capital, H capital, HTTP is a small, request R capital. XML HTTP request object. XML HTTP request object, this is a predefined object. This is also called, remember carefully, backbone of Ajax. Simply, I want to tell you the point. I think you can understand. If I tell you the backbone of Ajax, I think you can see. Right, this is the main concept, main object to work with Ajax. Without this object we cannot do anything. And one more point I want to tell you, all modern browsers, BROW SERS, will support this object, will support this object. Why I have to tell you this point? There is one more object. What is that one more object? To work with Ajax, ActiveX object, right? Can you see? This is also an object. A capital, X capital, O capital. ActiveX, A, X, O capital. This is also an Ajax object. Remember, this object is for old browsers only. Old browsers like IE5 and IE6. IE6 only. I have doubt. Is anybody using old browsers like IE5 and IE6? I think no one is using. If you are using Windows XP, maybe I think you may forget about that operating system. Maybe Windows XP, it is the one of the old one. When we doing our my post graduation 2007 somewhere around, I used this Windows XP. But almost all from 2010 we have Windows 7, right? So Windows 7 there, I think 2007 only, I believe. I don't know exactly, but don't worry. If we are using, unfortunately, the old browsers like IE5 and IE6, we have to use this object. Otherwise, this object will be supported by default each and every browser. But how do we know, sir, which browser the user is using? We have to know now. See, if unfortunately if a user is using IE5 and IE6, we have to create this object. Otherwise, this object should be created. So first thing, to work with Ajax, comma, we have to create an object for Ajax. We have to create an object for Ajax. Ajax object should be created. By creating Ajax object, or I mean, after creating the Ajax object, the Ajax object will provide some predefined methods and some predefined properties to work with the Ajax. Right? This object contain, once object is created, this object contains CONTINS contains some predefined properties, PRO properties and methods to work with Ajax. To work with Ajax. I mean, this object is predefined. We know already, right? So in JavaScript, yesterday we discussed about JSON. There is two methods are there, parse and stringify. We discussed a document, right? Document object. In the document object, we have so many methods: get element by ID, get query selector all, create element. Like this, we seen lot of methods now. Okay, in the same manner, in the Ajax object also, once Ajax object is created, right now the methods and properties will be available. Right now, you can see create Ajax object. But one thing, while creating Ajax object, we have to do one thing, guys. We need to check it whether the browser supports or not. But I think 90-100% everybody will use the latest browsers only. Simply we can go where obj equal to, you can take any variable, new is the keyword. By using new keyword, we can create an object. So earlier we used new data object. In the same manner, new XML HTTP request object is created. If you can think everybody will use the latest browsers, you can go directly. Or no sir, I have to create an object based on the browser. If anybody is using old browser, you have to create ActiveX object. In this point of time, try to see, this is the thing. Let us take a variable where obj, right. So now you can see I am writing one condition. If the browser supports, else we have to create some object, something like this. Conditionally we have to create. So these are the browser objects. So window is the browser, window.xml http request. Now can you see, if your browser window supports this object, it will return true. True means here we have to create this object. Obj is equal to, this object should be created. Unfortunately, if the browser window does not support this object, definitely that browser may be IE5, IE6. Then what I want to do here, I need to create ActiveX object with a parameter called Microsoft Microsoft dot XML HTTP is the parameter. You have to pass like this. This is predefined. Sir, why we are passing like this? Yeah, those people are saying that you have to create an Ajax object like this. So remember here, this is an object creation for IE5 and IE6 only. Remember carefully, this is not for modern browsers. Now, what is this object for? All modern browsers, latest browsers. For this is just I written an object like this. So if you want to create an object for Ajax, so we can do conditionally like this. Otherwise, we can do like this. Simple thing, guys, here. Where obj is equal to new XML HTTP request object. This is the thing just we're having. Object is created. Once object created, now we are ready to work with Ajax. First step is successfully done. What is the first step? Ajax object creation. Once object created, once Ajax object is created, now we can able to work with Ajax calls. Ajax calls, I mean behind the scenes, how we can send the request, how we can get the data, and all we can do right now. The first phase is Ajax object creation. The second phase, guys, here, the second one is the first step I can take like this, guys. This is the first step. Creating Ajax object is done. We can do, right? The second step is here, sending request to server. Now you can see, I just want to, once Ajax object is created, we have to send a request to server behind the scenes, sending request to server. The two without refreshing, without reloading, the request should go to the server. Now let us see how we can do this job. To work with this, we have two important methods are there. obj.open is a method and obj.send is a method. Can you see why I am writing obj? See, this is Ajax object you created here na. Object dot method name you're writing document dot get element by id. See, in the date object also where d equal to new date, right? Once object is created, how you're writing d dot to local string something you're writing, right? To local string something you're writing the object dot method name in the same manner. Ajax object dot the method name, open method and send method. This open method, two important methods are there, and there are some other methods also there, but don't worry, we'll discuss one by one. By using this open method, by using this open method, we can establish the connection with server and connection with server. Where is server? What is the server URL? All we have to pass to this method. This method has 5 parameters. This method has 5 parameters and right. First three mandatory, remaining are optional, right? So in this, you can write this. First three parameters are mandatory. First three are mandatory, remaining optional. Remaining are optional. I mean, even if you can pause or leave it, no problem. Now you can see. Open method, comma, URL. I mean, I can tell you this as a endpoint URL. What is the endpoint URL means? Where is your data? In the server. That URL you have to pass here. Server URL you have to pass here. Right. The next one is going to be async. I'm providing this as a async async. What is this? We will talk about later in a minute. Async. Next one is going to be the username, and next one is going to be the password. If you have any username authenticated, sometimes Ajax calls should be get authenticated. If you want to make them to authenticate, you have to pass the username and password. See, you are sending a request to server. While you are sending a request to server, sometimes the server expects, are you a genuine user or not? In this point of time, you have to pass username and password. Maximum of the servers for getting data, they won't ask username and password. Maximum of the servers, right? That's the reason these two are optional. Okay, and we are not going to work with this username and password. Simply, we will go with the async. Here, this async having two values, true or false. Either true or false means that asynchronous request and synchronous request. ASYNCHRONUS. Asynchronous request. Okay, and synchronous request. What is the meaning of synchronous request? What is the meaning of asynchronous request? In interview, they will ask us. In Ajax, there may be a lot of questions. Without asking this question, I think they will never go forward. If they are started asking questions in Ajax in interview, definitely they will ask you what is meant by asynchronous request, what is meant by synchronous request, or else what is meant by asynchronous call, what is meant by synchronous call. Anything, anyhow, they will ask us. I mean, the third parameter will tell us. So if it is a true, the request type is a asynchronous request. If it is a false, the request type is going to be what is this is going to be synchronous request. I mean, so if you can set it as a true, request is asynchronously will go to the server. If you can set it as false, request will go synchronously to the server. What is the meaning of it exactly? Remember carefully, guys. Here simply asynchronous means we can send n number of requests to the server without waiting for the response. RESPONSE. We don't want to wait for the response. You can send n number of requests to the server. without waiting for the response. This process is called asynchronous process. So what is the best example for this guys here? You can see, for example, there is an online sale. Online sale is going to be happen, or else you can go to IRCTC ticket portal website. At the 11 and 10, lot of people will try to access the tickets from the IRCTC, right? We know that that is going to be happen from IRCTC. All the people are trying at a time. Lot of people are booking at the same time. Is that not right? Right. But whatever, some people may get the response, some people may not get the response immediately. But we are sending n number of requests to the ticket server, and we are getting response back sometimes we will not get the response back. I mean, that's the reason I'm telling you we can send n number of requests to the server without waiting for the response, right? You will understand this. Now you can see what is synchronous process here. It is a one by one request guys here. So for example, you went to IRCTC ticket counter. In the counter, so many people in the line. First person went into the counter. Once his request has been successfully completed, then only next person will be allowed, right? Can we send all the people at a time to the counter? It is not possible. So if we can send all the people at a time to the counter, that is asynchronous. No, I'm sending the person to the counter one by one. That is called synchronous process, right? We can send request by request to the server, right? So this is the thing we can tell us. I can tell you one point. We can send one by one request to the server, right? This process is called synchronous process. I mean, if we want to send a request to server, we have to wait for the first request response. I won't write this point also. If we want to send a request to server, we have to wait for the previous request response. You can write simply like this: previous, previous request response. If that response came, then we can do something. Otherwise, we cannot do, guys. Exactly. This is what exactly simple thing. Okay, right. This is very important. Keep it in mind. What is asynchronous? What is synchronous? Okay, now, right. Next, here you can see, I just want to write the obj.open. So this is a method. Type of request is either get or post. We want to get the data. Here the first is going to be method. Na? Method means you want to get data from server or you want to post data to server. You can use anyone. That is the method. And the second parameter is the endpoint URL. Endpoint URL in the sense, where is our data? https://example.com/user something. I'm just adding a dummy URL, don't worry. And the request is going to be true. That's all. These three parameters are mandatory. What this method will do, this method will establish the connection. Once connection established, we need to send the request to server. Now obj.send method will send that connection to server. That's all, right? These are the two methods, right? By using this send method, we can send the request to server. Now you can see, right? So what is the point I written here? This open method will establish the connection. By using this method, we can establish the connection with the server. Okay, these are the mandatory parameters we have to pass here. Now this is send method. What is the send method will do? The send method will send the request to server. By using this method, we can send request to server. Open method establishing the connection. Whatever the connection it is established, that connection we're sending to server. I mean, these two methods are combination. This is sending request. For sending request, we have two major things. First, we need to open the connection and we need to send the connection to server. Next one is here, third step, response handling. This is very important. RESPONSC, response handling. So we are sending a request to server now. Once the request sent to server, we need to handle the response now. So what happened in the server? whether server receives my request or not. We have to check this. To do this, we have some properties to handle the response. Ajax object is providing some predefined properties to handle the response. Ajax object is providing some predefined properties and predefined properties. The properties are going to be, you can check this, ready state, S capital. Second one is going to be the status. Third one is going to be very important, on ready state, CHANG, all small letters. Ajax event this is as a property. RESPONSC, response text T capital. There may be one more property, response XML, don't worry. But these four properties are important. By using these four properties, we can work with the response. Response text, response state, ready state. Actually, when we are sending the Ajax call to the server, what is happening in the server? We have to know, right? By using this ready state property, we can understand what happening with the server. This ready state property having following values, guys. This ready state property having the following properties. Properties. Sorry, not following properties. Properties values. Following values. Ready state value 0, ready state value 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are four values are there. If the ready state value is 0, what we have to understand? Request is not initialized yet. Request is not initialized. I mean, request we didn't send to the server. If you got the ready state value 1, request is initialized. Request is initialized. Here, ready state 2 means request sent to server. Ready state 3 means request is processing by the server. Processing by the server. So we have to understand the things like this. We cannot see now that is all happening behind the scenes, right? Behind the network, the Ajax call will work. But programmatically, we should know what happening behind the scenes. This ready state property will tell us what is exactly the state of your request, right? Here, response ready. If you got ready state value 4, your response is ready. So these are the four values of the ready state. So, okay. Now, sometimes whatever the endpoint URL you are having, this is the second one. This status is also having some codes, guys, here 200, 404, 500, 403, kind of some values you will get it. Okay, what is the meaning of it? All okay, success. If you got the, this is the okay. Request URL not found. Request URL not found. I mean, you are giving an URL, right? In the here, this URL is invalid. This URL is invalid. That's the reason you are getting the thing called request is not found. This is going to be internal server error. It is related to server problem. Don't worry about it. If you got this server error, access forbidden. Access forbidden means that you don't have a right to access the following URL. Server, they have some restriction. Like this, you will get some codes here. Bad request, bad gateway, gateway timeout. Like this, you will get so many errors, guys. Here, this is going to be handled by the status. So if this request URL is not found, if something is wrong, I think you cannot get the data now. You have to pass always a valid URL. Otherwise, you will get the request URL is not found. Sometimes URL is valid, but there may be some error in the backend. You will get internal server error. Sometimes URL is valid, but you don't have permissions to access the following URL. Okay, right. Now the next property, ready state, on ready state change. This property very important. This property, this property will called a function, will call a function automatically when server receives the request. And you are sending a request now to the server, right? Once a server receives the request, this property will call automatically. But how it will be called? This property will call a function. It is going to be callback function, will call automatically when server receives a request. I will tell you how this is going to be happen. Just keep this point. To get the this property, by using this property, we can get the response data from the server. You send a request now. Once you send a request, if everything is okay, response ready, and you got the 200, all is well, and then finally you have to get the response data now. That response data will be collected by the following variable. Whatever the data is sent to you by the server, the data may be in XML, the data may be in JSON format, the data may be a plain string, whatever it may be. By using the following variable, we can handle the response. So this is three steps, guys, here exactly. But in the three steps, first step is different, second step is nothing but sending request, third step is handling the response. How these three steps will work together, that we can see in the tomorrow session, guys, here. Okay, now I will explain you how these three steps will work with some programmatical manner. We can see this in the tomorrow session. Okay, now, right? Thank you all. Then if you have any doubts, let me know, please.